Ever since I was a boy, I liked to cast StarCraft 2. It's not hard work, and I thought, hey, if you get busy casting, I'll get busy dying. Today, in the red, we do see SK's MC, a young Protoss, a brash Protoss, but with a walk that matches his talk. And in the blue, we do have EG's PuMa. No small fish, no sir. Does have 2 NASL wins under his belt. Can he get a third? We'll have to wait and see. This is MacGuffin's old-fashioned StarCraft 2 casting, just like Mama used to make. Anyway, guys, so this is going to be a Protoss versus Terran on Daybreak, and this map is now in the ladder pool for Season 7. It's one of the 3 new maps, I believe. I think there's, is it Onaha? And the other one is Metropolis, so it might be a bit confusing with Metalopolis in the match. So, what are we going to see from these players? It looks like PuMa is sitting out his scouting SCV. MC's opted for that M-base pylon. Of course, MC very heavy gateway player, so either going to be a very aggressive 1-base build or some sort of 6-gate build probably. And he might go for that 1-gate or 3-gate expo. And what is PuMa doing with this SCV? Is he going for a... well, it's not close enough to be a proxy, but yeah, it looks like he's going to be throwing down a barracks. And this is sort of interesting. It's a kind of a Macca racks. It's not really a proxy racks. It's not really one of those Slayer racks we usually see around here. I'm trying to think the reason for this is probably because MC is going to come to the base and he's going to see a supply depot and no barracks, so he's going to either assume it's a command center first or some sort of proxy build. That'll either force him to react with a few more extra units that he wants, or maybe he'll just think it's a command center first and he's hiding the command center somewhere and he won't do enough. And I think PuMa's probably going to build a couple of Marines from here and maybe try and pressure a bit, and then sort of just fall back into a sort of economic build because he's up to 15 and he's got no refinery yet. MC's probe is now in the base and he's just scouting around, seeing what he can see, and he can see no barracks and no command center. He is checking the foggy areas to see if that's where he's hiding it, but he is not. And PuMa is saving up quite a bit of minerals, so it looks like he is going to expand out of this. He has got the probe there, but he's decided not to start it, instead getting that supply depot. MC's got 1 gas and his summoning escort going. He's getting 1 zealot out, but that zealot's not going to be very helpful versus a couple of marines, and he is... so it looks like he's sending in 1 marine, and there's a second one rallied in. Have to wait and see how it does there, but as long as that stalker comes out, he'll be completely safe basically. Stalkers are so good versus marines in the early game, and they sort of taper off near the end of the game. So MC coming back with that probe, and he is going to come in here and see no barracks, and it's probably going to give him a bit of a concerned feeling. Of course, the bit of a late command center for this sort of command center build, and it might have been just a trick MC to think that he's not actually doing an economic build and he's doing an all-in, but of course he is. Well, he's doing the expansion build. Anyway, I imagine, yep, he's lifting up and he is sending that back to base. The zealot is now out and scouting. Probably won't get too much though without this stalker, and here comes that to just follow up. And he might do a bit of harass with these two if he can, but we do see the bunker is coming up for PuMa. This will probably make him completely safe. To run past a bunker at early game, you need quite a few more gateway units than a stalker and a zealot. And MC does have a low ground probe. Is he going to expand? He's up to 300 minerals. Looks like he is going for that 1-gate expansion build. He's got a second stalker out, and his cybernetics core is got about halfway done on gateway research. Looks like he's saving up a bit of chrono boost, so I wonder what he might be using those for. Of course, he is trying to harass the going up the bunker, but without completion, it's not going to be able to do anything, and these two are just going to have to sulk out here, come back later in the game. That second command center is almost finished, and he is starting another one, so a 3rd command center to counter this expansion build. So, gotta say this, I like this move by PuMa. It's actually fairly common what I'm seeing lately. A lot of Terran players are going to that 3rd command center, and of course they sort of just use the 3rd one to get saturation before they move it out, but they do also get those extra mules, and after about 2 mules it pays for itself. So it's about an investment that pays back in about a minute, so pretty good investment. Second and 3rd gateways now coming up for MC, and PuMa's still got this probe in the base, so pretty good scouting actually. He's escaped from this stalker for quite a while, sees the 2 gas, sees the expansion, and he's probably feeling a bit confident now. He knows that he's probably going to be safe for a while. And of course, since there wasn't any chrono boosts on the warp gates, then it doesn't look like an aggressive build, but you got to be careful with MC because he always does those really aggressive gateway sentry zealot pushes, and they can be really effective for him. He sort of makes them work. They sort of don't really work for other players at the moment. And of course that has always been his style, always been very aggressive with force fields, and that's what he loves to do, and that's what his fans love to see as well. So we do see PuMa is now throwing down that second bunker. And he's probably thinking he's going to need at least 2, and that is correct actually, because he doesn't have any Marauders out yet, just Marines. But that first tech lab is now finished. Is he going to be getting those Marauders, or is he just going to go for the stim research? Or combat shields, I suppose, as well. Wait and see. Looks like he's still not getting any Marauders, but he is getting a factory, and that's of course just to unlock his starport. Looks like some Stalker's trying to do a bit of harassment, and really nice moves by MC. Doesn't lose that Stalker. Loses about 6 HP on the Stalker, but it's shield to recharge. And we do see the heavy sentry and a couple of zealots moving out, and this is the sort of play that MC loves. Of course, these will join his pylon that he's already got, and that's going to be very aggressive. And a lot of gas invested here, so he really sort of has to make something work. Otherwise, it's gonna sort of put him really far behind with all the gas he's invested. Of course, the advantage is that he can force field off these bunkers, and then good luck for PuMa, because he's not going to be able to repair, and he's got a very small marine force here. Stim is only about 25% complete, and no Marauders. And the Marauders are really what do the damage. Looks like he's got an additional round of warpens. MC about 17 supply up at this point. That's a lot of sentries and a lot of zealots. And how's he going to do here? Looks like he's going to come in, and there goes a Guardian Shield, and he does throw up those force fields, and there's no repair possible, and these bunkers are going to go down almost immediately. And it's going to be a lot of damage done to PuMa if he's not careful. It looks like the zealots are down though, and it's just down to a couple of sentries and stalkers, but MC's pretty good with those. Those marines are starting to push the units back. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to lose too many sentries. A couple of more stalkers coming in, and not bad force field. He locks up a few units, and PuMa's going to be really careful here because he gets force field off, and he's not going to be able to do much there. Looks like he's losing SCVs, and this is not looking good for PuMa at the moment. He's forced to cancel one of those buildings. And interesting move, taking out that supply depot. I think that was a bit of a just a funny move for him. Having a few more warplanes coming in. Got to be careful. He's going to lose more SCVs if he's not careful with these force fields. But the sentries are almost out of energy, so looks like MC will have to back off for a bit until he gets some reinforcements. Looks like he doesn't really have any energy for any more force fields, maybe 1 or 2. And it looks like he's going to be forcing to lift this orbital. And oh no, he finds a secret SCV stash. Looks like he's going to take out 2 mules worth of energy, and that's a lot of money. And looks like he's going to take out these SCVs as well. Maybe they'll escape. Those 2 mules are about 500 minerals worth. And that's a big blow to the Terran's economy. And of course, MC is using this to get way ahead in the game. It looks like he's going to get a 3rd Nexus, and that's going to really put him ahead in this game. He's up to by about 40 supply, and really early game, so that is it's a pretty big lead for the Protoss. Or look at the units tab. We do see that there's only 22 SCVs to 61 probes, so about 3 times as many workers. And MC is just going to shoot up in supply. And he's got his Robo Bay out now. He's getting a couple of obs, getting a robotic space. So we're going to see some Colossus Gateway Army action, and PuMa's going to have to play catch up for quite a while. He does have 3 orbitals. It's a potential for 3 mules at a time, but he did lose quite a lot of energy, and this is really going to put MC into the favourable position to win this game. To see MC is now getting out those double forges. He's going to start probably chronobursting those upgrades out. Wants to get really ahead. He's ahead and he wants to get more ahead. We do see that factory is now complete, and he's going to be using it for scouting purposes. All he wanted was the starport. And it looks like just Marines still for PuMa, which is really interesting. I'm really surprised he doesn't have any Marauders to supplement his army, and stims forward only a few of the Marines. That's a nice move. Just take out that pylon, and he has loaded up 1 for a drop. And the problem is that the Observer really did see that drop going, so he's probably going to be prepared. And he does have, looks like, 6 or 7 Stalkers there just to defend. I think PuMa's going to get behind on this drop actually. He's still down by about 40 supply, and if this drop fails, that's going to put him even further behind. But he is trying to double prong attack, to his credit. Twilight Council coming out now, and the MC going out with a quick reaction. It looks like he loses 1 Marine, and oh no, he didn't actually lose anything there, so it could have been worse. Could have been much worse. Do the small force down here, and unfortunately the first Colossus is out, and it is going to be able to help this army. No thermal launch yet, so he's going to get maybe a few SCV kills, but I don't think this is going to trade very well unless he gets out, and he does get out actually, so he's still 60 supply down, but he's doing what he has to do. It's not really working for him, but he doesn't really have any option. Blink and is about started, and it's getting chronobursted. Looks like Thermal Lance is just about finished, and more Colossus are joining the field, and that's going to force PuMa to switch between Medevacs and Vikings. Looks like he's producing 2 Vikings at a time, but he did get supply blocked, so even more delays for him. Looks like he's moving his 3rd out now. It's taking a very very careful path, not going straight for it, wants to go around. Maybe he doesn't want to know if there's an obs there, he doesn't want it to be seen. Looks like PuMa did try to drop again, but it was just deflected. And MC's really starting to build up that Colossus count. He's only up to 2 now, the third one's coming out now. And Twilight Council as well, so neglecting Stargate, he's basically getting all the tech. And that's going to be so deadly. And he's already up to 153 supply, so just about 50 more supply and he'll be moving out. And PuMa's still playing catch up. He is gaining a bit of ground, yeah, about 55 supply down, but it's starting to catch up. And he's starting to get this third down, and that'll help him with some more mules and some more gas and minerals, and that's really what he needs. I don't know if he's got enough production facilities though to catch up. I mean, he's got enough to afford what he's got, but compared to MCs and the already strong economy running, and with this Templar Archives coming up, he's going to have to fight Colossus, Gateway, Templar, and probably some Archons, and he's got no ghosts. He's just got a few Marines and Marauders and a couple of Medevacs. So here comes his drop again. Pretty big drop actually, could do quite a bit of damage. There is a cannon going up, there is some Zealots here to defend, but additional random warpins, and that's a lot of Zealots. I don't think they've got charge yet, it is being upgraded, so he could do quite a bit of damage here. He's evening up the supply actually, it's only about 40 supply apart now. MC is losing more supply as this goes on, but it looks like he's going to be forced to run away, and I don't know, I think he could probably take this army, but it looks like he's losing Medevacs. Looks like MC is focusing, and here come the Colossus, so he's got to get out of here now, and loses one Medevac. Looks he's going to lose that second one, no he doesn't. In the intervening time he also dropped here, so it looks like he's even up the supply to about 30 difference, but MC knows he's got the expansion, and MC is still ahead. He's starting to get really aggressive. He's starting to move out, he's got Colossus, Sentries, Gateway units. I'd imagine a few Templar are going to be joining the field soon. His Storm is just about finished. Thermal Lance is done, and he's got his 1-1, and what is 1-1 for PuMa as well, so fairly even there, but he is chrono boosting out 2-2. He'll probably hold back until those are finished, and once they are finished, he'll probably just go in with that really strong army. The Death Ball is starting to get really big and ballish. Of course, we got some Vikings coming in the side. He might be able to take out one Viking. No, he doesn't. He blinks into save. But that's a very Zealot heavy army. And those Zealots, since they've got charge now, it's going to be really dangerous for PuMa to take out. He's got no EMPs. He's got no splash damage. So really, it's just such a basic army for PuMa. And looks like PuMa's expecting something from the third, but that's not going to happen. The Vikings are staying in this little area here where they can easily snipe out these Colossus. But here come the Templar reinforcements, finally. We do have 2 Archons in the mix though, and those are going to be doing a lot of damage to these Bio units. +3 started for MC, so it's a very dangerous army. 2-2's not even finished yet, so that's the power of Chrono Boost and double forges, and once this is open now, it looks like he'll probably be going in. He is maxed out, and here comes the engagement. Guardian shields up, blinks in, takes a few things, Steam goes in, looks like he's going to get those charge lots are coming in now, and as soon as these storms start going, storms down everywhere. Get some good storms, the Templar enter a choke, and it looks like PuMa's army is going to be completely destroyed, and it's just completely crushed by MC, and MC didn't even make that look hard really, and the game goes to MC, so thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this, or don't. Stamp your form and stop wasting my time, sonny.